Hey YouTube, this is Shannon. Just wanted to take a few minutes while I'm sitting because it's hard for me to do a lot of videos because I'm running all the time. So I do like to run hard, and I definitely do. And I do that by choice, not because JB Hunt forces me to do so. Actually, they have a pretty comfortable work schedule, the requirement part of it. We're required to work 5 days out of the week, at least 8 hours a day. And then you get 2 days off at home. I choose to work 6 days a week because they allow me to, so I get the extra money. And a lot of times they issue, it's random, but it's a lot of times that they will offer an extra $150 bonus or an extra $100 bonus if you want to work a sixth day, which is what I do, or come out a day early from your break, right? So that's pretty nice. But anyway, so that's why I run so hard. I maximize everything and work the holidays and just run my clock out every week. Like, I'm trying to see what that number looks like. So I'm really putting JB Hunt to the test, and trying to see, how much I can really maximize on my income in 1 year. But I've been with him a full year now. And so I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it. I hope you're coming to JB Hunt, or at least eventually. This is a really, really great company to work for. They're not cheapskates, and they don't, if you work and you're responsible and all that, and you're honest and you run a good working relationship with them, and I'm just talking about being on an up and up, and doing a good job. Like, I have all the benefits I've ever seen a company could offer. I do run Intermodal regional. So what that means is I run 5 states, and I pick up shipping containers out of the rail yards in Chicago, and then I run them out to the 5 states, and I pick up loads in those 5 states also that need to come in to get on the trains at the rails, to go to places like California and things like that. So it's an easy job. It has its challenges, but trust me, by no means do I think I have any stress on this job at all. Equipment is equipment. Like, stuff's going to go wrong. Things might frustrate you, but, I keep a very positive attitude. And honestly, if a light needs fixed, they provided me with the equipment to pop in a new light real quick, so I can keep going. If I have to swap a chassis because, let's say, I'd go and do my pre-trip on the trailer, there's a flat tire on that chassis, so there's a procedure where we go get a new chassis and get that box put on that new chassis. I get paid for that. Like, anything that happens, I get paid for. My runs are great. I get to go from like Chicago to Kentucky. That's like my favorite run because it's beautiful, and in Ohio and things like that. So I do see some mountains. I do see Indiana, which is an endless, endless, endless acres and acres and acres of farmland. So, which kind of stinks sometimes because I don't have I'll be listening to a book or YouTube video, and in the area the signal's not so great. But anyways, I get to see Michigan, right? It's beautiful. Like, I have a beautiful little area that I run, so I'm just happy with it. And I know a lot of people worry about Chicago, and I did a little video on this. Like, Chicago, to me, I've been to quite a few big cities now, and it's the same thing. It ain't no different than Indianapolis. It ain't no different than Louisville. It ain't no different than, I don't know about Atlanta, so I can't say, but Cincinnati, right? It's nobody, we don't want to go around in the big cities. So, but in Chicago, the rail yards are placed around the city, right? So you really don't, I have to go through one area of the city to get to one certain rail yard, which is right next to our Chicago terminal. So it's right there. Like, we have the terminal, and then it's right there in the rail yard. So it's nice and easy where it's located, and then I can just go to my terminal right there if I have to. So I got to come into it sometimes a little bit. Traffic in Chicago doesn't stop like for a long period of time too much. Like it'll slow down and it'll creep, but it seems like I'm always moving. It's not stopped and it's not a backup but it's backed up. But I would encourage you, like, don't let that scare you. I'll tell you one thing, driving in the area though, in and out of the area, has made me a really much better driver. On your toes all the time. But JB Hunt, the company, I came here for 45 cents a mile had to have 1 year's experience. I thought that was great. It was at the time because I was so inexperienced, right? I only had 1 year in, but they made me wait till I had a year in to come here. There was no sign-on bonus because this is a good job. If you are in here, you're lucky to be here. You're blessed to be here. I don't want to say lucky because, it doesn't work out for everybody, but so I was just happy to be here. Get a little, find out what regional was all about. I knew I could get home once a week. Home time is mandatory. Unless you say, I don't want to work, I don't want to work, I want to go home for my home time, right? Or I want to work on, like I do. Like I work one of the days of my home time, and then I end up taking my 34, my clock's out anyways. And so they send me home. I get to take my truck home, right to my driveway. I drop off my trailer at a truck stop that's nearby that allows that. I lock it up with all the locks. And then I get to bobtail 10 minutes to my house. And I park in my driveway. I take my 34